What is good, peeps? We got a little something different on the docket today. I was finishing filming last week's video when this happened. Seeing as this is the second board to die this week, we're taking it a little more chill. Unfortunately, that also leaves me down to one more usable board. And it's kind of old. We're gonna start today off by switching the hardware from the old board to the new one. Let's hit it. Alright, so we're about to talk about hardware right now. All of this is the hardware. You got the trucks, you got the wheels, you got the bearings. Those are the essential parts to make a skateboard work. Then obviously you have your nuts, your screws to keep everything in place. There are as many different pieces of hardware as there are deck designs, I promise you. Seeing as there's an infinite amount of hardware and it's all down to personal preference, you'll rarely see two skaters ride exactly the same. For example, the person who used this board before me, they're riding some Thunder trucks and some Kryptonic wheels. That ain't me, Chief. I'm an independent and Spitfire kind of guy. So, let's make the switch. So the differences in hardware aren't also just trivial. Different companies will make different aspects to the hardware that they make. Soft wheels are really good for grip. They grip onto the ground really good, and depending on your speed, they'll roll over stuff. Hard wheels are good for braking, traction, and sliding. You guys have seen me do that a few times. That type of thing also comes down to the size of your wheels. The surface area of the wheel dictates how much traction you have on the ground and how much power you have to put in to break that traction. Bigger wheels also have an easier time rolling over debris such as pebbles or sticks. Me, myself, I prefer to ride a larger wheel that's pretty hard, just because I like to skate fast, so I need the wider surface area to make sure it's easier for me to grip the ground. I also ride harder wheels because I like to slide out traction whenever I want to. That's one. There's also a difference in trucks. So, for example, these trucks, the Thunders, these are solid all the way through. It's just one solid piece of metal. The trucks I like to skate are called Independent Hollows. The brand is Independent. It's their hollow line of trucks where there's literally a hole bored all the way through the axle to reduce the weight. The next component I mentioned was the bearings. So the bearings are inside the wheel. That's what keeps it spinning. I like a bearing line called Reds by the company Bones. If you haven't picked up on it yet, skaters can be very tribal and dogmatic. A lot of skaters, me included, will refuse to ride on hardware that they don't really like. I won't lie, sometimes we're just being pissy, but other times it could really dictate the way the skating goes down. Sometimes it really matters though. Like I ride loose, for example. My trucks will be super loose, so it's easy for me to turn whether I'm going fast or slow. I barely have to put any weight on the side of my board, and I'll just start turning. For a lot of people, they can't handle that. They'll instantly fall. And vice versa. I can't ride their boards because it's too tight. I could barely turn. It's all about preference. That's number 2. The changes don't just stop at the hardware either. Every deck is different, whether the shape, nose shape, tail shape, width of the board, length of the board. Hell, some boards have a more shallow, we call it a shallow deep concave, and it helps you pop more. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of salty right now. I literally just threw this board together 3 days ago. But that's the lay of the land, right? At the end of the day, skateboarding is about not stopping, not quitting, no matter what defeats you. You gotta just get back up, think about what went wrong, try again. In this case, I feel like nothing went wrong. My board just gave out. The board slide was sick. Now I can tell you one thing for sure. I really hope this other board doesn't break, because your boy will be SOL. You always want bushings pointed towards the middle. So I guess I should break down why I have a preference, right? Over my trucks and my wheels, right? Dogma. The reason I ride these trucks and wheels, literally because a lot of my favorite skaters do. That's how a lot of people start out. You start out by influence, and then you build your own way. A lot of the people that inspired me to get into skating rode these companies, but they didn't always ride the same type of setup as I do. A lot of people ride their board nowhere near as loose as I do. Shit, unless you're Daewon Song, fucking Rodney Mullen. Bro, I'm really blowing the fucking bag right now. Alright, new setup complete. Hopefully, I don't have to do this for a while. Let's test it. What's good, peeps? I just sat down to edit the skate session from last night with the new board, and the video was corrupted. So what we're gonna do is push that to the video next week. So make sure you stay tuned. Peace.